from NRG Stadium in Houston. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Jets and the Houston Texans. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. They will take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Watson now to throw. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn into it.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Good starting position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Darnold off the play fake to Bell. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Get ready. Get ready.
Darnold. He's going to find his tight end. That's Chris Herndon. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
Darnold on 1st down. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys...
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Kareem Hunt. An 80-yard touchdown as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10.
Check out. Ready? General West. Sponge.
Now the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On 2nd and 7, Darnold throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. The linebacker, Zach Cunningham, there defensively to make that play.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And they won't get a chance to bring this one back. It goes out of bounds back near their own 20. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Watson. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback. D-line. Check Mike 57. Mike 57. Watch QB draw. Watch QB draw. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a 1st down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Check the outs, check the outs, check the outs.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Check 99, check 99, check 43. And let's go.
Watson on third down. And that's knocked away and incomplete. The safety, Jamal Adams, able to break that one up.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Darnold from the gun. Throw complete to Herndon. And he'll finally be taken down, but he gets inside the Houston 20. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 45 yards. After 7-0 on EA Sports. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Off the edge, the sack by Reggie Ragland.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Eluding the pressure right. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 28-yard line.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Check 13. Check 13.
Now Watson. Buying time to his left. And Thomas has it. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. The Texans on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
March 54. 54. It's our time. It's our time, guys. It's our time.
Now it's Watson. And it's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there. That brings up 4th. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Houston. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Watch out for Hill on the return. A good return there, 17 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts. And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Alert 3. Alert 3. Alert 3. Man, 80. Oh, 80.
Play action. It's Darnold. And going deep for Hill. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Partner, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now.
Hey, Haywood. 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat. Young lady. Mike 55. Check 55, Mike. Hey, defense, let's go.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. This is taken around the 12. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Reset. 19. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Rip left. 125.
Out of the gun, Watson. And Austin Seferian-Jenkins has it. The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Watch the slant.
Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5.
Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4. In your face. Back. Line up, go.
from the gun. Here's Watson. Forced out to his left. He's got Fuller. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver up.
But how about this, a fake? And he's going to let it go deep. Oh, and this turns into a mess as it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where is he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And down right around the 37. A Jet first down, 18 big yards that time.
I know you're trying not to scoreboard watch, but you only got 3 points. You're kind of hoping that type of play there gives you some positive momentum going into the half.
Yeah, need to do something to get more than that 3 number that they have on the scoreboard right now. A first down carry for Bell, but he'll work forward for only about a yard. Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter games turn into bigger runs later.
Open man is Robbie Anderson. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to...
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Le'Veon Bell. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Jets have taken the lead.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Already looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw.
And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack. That really sets him back. A loss of 6.
Set. 19. 54. Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys.
To throw again on second down. Watson. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. Here's Hill on the return. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. And the Jets set to receive this 3rd quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. Fielded about a yard deep. And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies.
Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 26. Watch the run. Right there. 54.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Watson. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Quentin Williams showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. That's complete to Austin Eckler, the running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Hunt. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
I'm here all day. I'm here.
To throw is Watson. Dancing to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
A couple of first downs, has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10.
Check 50, check 50.
A give right side now to Hunt. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Watch the pass, watch the pass.
On 2nd down, Eckler. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
So in jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. They'll try the air now with Watson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Quinnen Williams able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
After the sack on first down, Watson, he's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Watch the pass. Mark 55.
3rd and long. It's Watson. Steps away to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Almost the entire length of the field. A punt return of 97 yards. And the Jets will extend their lead. Extra point safely through. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. On the screen, this is Eckler. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And it's going to be third down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. A shotgun snap for Watson. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. This is Hunt on the draw play. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Watson being chased out left. He's going to take off with it. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Taking matters into his own hands, and he picks up 4 yards and a first down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
54. Bandit. Lucky.
On first down, it's Hunt. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 45-yard line.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Watson buying time to his, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. Back now in Houston, it's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the 4th quarter. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. Throwing on 3rd and long. Watson. And he finds Safarian Jenkins. Might want to remember that 3rd down play. 37 yards. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try to run with Hunt, and he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Kareem Hunt with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, 1-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping Chili on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Check, crunch, crunch, crunch.
Out of the pistol, it's Bell. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
A good pickup there, 26 yards. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On first down, Darnold. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Jets will extend their lead. No problem there on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing, because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Now Watson throwing again. It's complete to Hopkins. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. The Clemson connection. Watson to Hopkins for a big one. 47 yards.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
On first down, Watson. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
The Texans on third down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is third down and 12.
You got tight. You got tight right there.
Here's Watson operating from the gun. Well, he's going to go for it all. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Jamal Adams.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
They'll start out on the ground with Bell. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Again, it's Bell. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
32-yard line. A gain of 9 yards. First down, Jets.
So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Now a first down carry by Bell. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Justin Reed, the safety, made the tackle.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
On second down now, it's Bell, and he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. They'll run it with Bell. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Good open field tackling there. A 50-yard punt followed by just a 1-yard return. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
So the illegal forward pass also costs him a down, and now it's 2nd and long. Watson. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. Back to throw, Watson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Jamal Adams. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you prime the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road